Every year, people spend billions of dollars on vitamins, minerals, probiotics, antioxidants, omega-3 capsules, and superfood powders. But here's the question almost nobody asks. What if the original version is still better? What if nature has been quietly hiding these nutritional powerhouses in plain sight, disguised as ordinary foods that most people walk right past in the grocery store? Some of these foods once saved entire ship crews from a deadly disease. One has been called nature's multivitamin for centuries. Another contains a mineral so powerful that just one single seed can provide everything your body needs for an entire day. And one common breakfast food has been protecting hearts for generations, long before anyone ever invented cholesterol supplements. So stay with me until the very end, because we're counting down 20 incredible plant foods that may help replace some of the most popular supplements naturally. By the end of this video, you'll know which foods deserve a permanent place in your kitchen, which ones are worth growing in your own garden, and why some of the greatest nutritional treasures on Earth have been hiding in plain sight all along. So let's begin with a tiny seed from the Amazon rainforest that carries more nutritional power than almost anyone realizes. Food number 1. Brazil nuts, the single seed that carries a full day of one rare mineral. The Brazil nut is not really a nut at all. It is a large seed that grows in clusters, inside a hard pod, high in the canopy of the Amazon rainforest, on trees that can live for centuries. But here is what most people miss. This one seed is the richest natural source of selenium on the planet. Selenium is a trace mineral your body cannot make on its own, and it plays a role in thyroid function, immune health, and protecting your cells from everyday damage. Just one single Brazil nut can contain more selenium than your body needs in an entire day. People buy expensive selenium capsules when one small seed does the same job. Now here is your safety note. And it matters. More is not better with this one, because a single nut is already so rich, eating a large handful every day can push you well past the safe upper limit and actually make you feel unwell over time. It is a reminder that nature often packs the biggest power into the smallest packages, and that sometimes the most valuable thing on the shelf is the one nobody is talking about. Food number 2. Lentils, the ancient pantry. Staple that quietly builds your blood. Long before protein powders and iron pills, there were lentils. Here is why that matters for you today. Lentils are one of the most affordable and complete plant foods a person can eat. They are rich in plant-based iron, which your body uses to carry oxygen through your blood. And they are packed with folate, a B vitamin that is especially important for building new cells. They also deliver protein and fiber in a way few foods can match at such a low cost. One small note is worth knowing. The iron in plants is absorbed better when you eat it alongside something rich in vitamin C, like a squeeze of lemon or some chopped tomatoes. Lentils are also wonderfully practical. They store for a very long time. When kept dry, they cook far faster than dried beans, with no soaking required, and they stretch a small budget into many filling meals. This is not just cheap food. It is a bowl of quiet strength that has fed families, armies, and whole civilizations for thousands of years, and it still costs just pennies a serving. Food number 3. Pumpkin seeds, the humble green kernel bursting with hidden minerals. These flat green seeds, also called pepitas, have been eaten across the Americas for thousands of years, long before anyone dreamed of a multivitamin. And this is where things get interesting. Pumpkin seeds are one of the best plant sources of magnesium you can find. A single ounce delivers a large share of what you need in a day, and magnesium is a mineral that a huge number of Americans simply do not get enough of. Magnesium supports muscle function, nerve signals, steady blood sugar, and even restful sleep. On top of that, pumpkin seeds are loaded with zinc, which supports your immune system. And they carry healthy fats, plant protein, and fiber too. Somewhere along the way, we started treating pumpkins as decoration instead of food. carving the shell and discarding the treasure inside. Sprinkle them on a salad, stir them into oatmeal, blend them into a savory sauce, or simply eat. Food number 4, sunflower seeds, the prairie gift. Overflowing with the sunshine vitamin, sunflower seeds are one of the richest food sources of vitamin E you can find. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that helps protect your cells and support skin and immune health, and it is a nutrient many people quietly fall short on. Just a small handful of these seeds provides a meaningful share of your daily vitamin E, along with magnesium, selenium, and healthy fats. They were compact, they lasted, and they kept people strong. Buy them raw or roasted, salted lightly or not at all, and keep them somewhere cool so their healthy fats stay fresh. That is the hidden power of this seed, a little taste of captured sunshine. Food number 5, kale, the rugged leaf that outperforms most green pills. Here is the part most people miss. Kale is one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can grow, meaning it delivers an enormous amount of nutrition for very few calories. It is loaded with vitamin K, which supports healthy blood and bones, and it is rich in vitamin C and vitamin A too. It also carries calcium in a surprisingly absorbable form for a leafy green. People pay good money for greens powders that promise this exact nutritional profile, when a few fresh leaves from the garden do the job naturally. Kale is also one of the most generous plants in the garden. It is easy to grow, thrives in cool weather, shrugs off frost, and keeps producing leaf after leaf for months. So, a single planting can feed you well into winter in many places. It is not just a garnish. It is a leafy multivitamin you can pull straight from the soil in your own backyard. Food number 6, beets, the deep red root that may give your circulation a boost. Do not let the humble look fool you. This dark ruby root has quietly become one of the most studied vegetables among athletes and researchers alike. Here is where things get interesting. Beets are naturally rich in compounds called nitrates, which the body can convert into a substance that helps blood vessels relax and widen. Research suggests this may support healthy blood flow and exercise performance, which is exactly why you now see beetroot powders and shots sold at a premium in fitness shops. But you can skip the powder. A roasted beet, fresh beet juice, or even the leafy green tops, which are edible and full of nutrients themselves, give you the real food. Growing beets is simple too. They thrive in cool soil, they store well through winter, and you get 2 foods from one plant, the sweet root below and the mineral-rich greens above. This is not just a root vegetable. It is a natural performance food our ancestors ate long before science ever explained why it worked. Food number 7, chia seeds. The tiny ancient seed that swells into a bowl of goodness. The name itself comes from an old word meaning strength, and when you learn what they hold, you understand why. Chia seeds are one of the best plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, the same family of healthy fats people buy fish oil capsules for. They are also extraordinarily high in fiber. When you soak them in water or milk, they swell into a soft gel, which is part of why they help you feel full and support healthy digestion. A single spoonful brings fiber, plant protein, calcium, and those precious omega-3s all at once. That is remarkable value from something so small. One gentle tip worth knowing. Because chia seeds absorb so much liquid, it is best to soak them or mix them well into food, rather than eating a big dry spoonful on its own. Stir them into yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or make a simple overnight pudding by soaking them in milk with a little honey. If you are starting to see the pattern here, if you are realizing that some of the most powerful foods on Earth have been hiding in plain sight on farms and in pantries for thousands of years, do me a favor, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who love gardening, natural living, and old wisdom that still works today. And if you have not subscribed yet, click that subscribe button and ring the bell. We are building a real community here at Plant Nutrition Lab, and I would truly love to have you as part of it. Now, let us keep going, because the next few foods are some of the best of all. Food number 8, spinach, the tender leaf that quietly rebuilds your energy. Even if the old story about spinach and iron got a little exaggerated over the years, this soft green leaf remains one of the most nutritious things you can grow in a backyard garden. Spinach is rich in folate, that important B vitamin for building healthy cells, and it carries iron, magnesium, and vitamin K as well. It is also full of plant compounds like lutein that support healthy eyes. Here is a practical tip our ancestors knew by feel. Cooking spinach down actually concentrates some of its minerals. So, a big pot of wilted greens delivers far more than the same amount eaten raw. A gentle note for a few people: spinach is high in natural oxalates, so those prone to certain kidney stones may want to enjoy it in moderation. Food number 9, oats, the humble breakfast grain that looks after your heart. Beyond being cheap, filling, and comforting, oats carry a special kind of fiber that sets them apart. That fiber is called beta-glucan, and this is where things get interesting. Research has shown that the beta-glucan in oats may help support healthy cholesterol levels as part of a balanced diet. That is a benefit people chase with all sorts of pricey products, when a simple pot of oatmeal offers it naturally. Oats also provide steady, slow-releasing energy, along with manganese, magnesium, and plant protein. Our great-grandparents relied on oats to keep working bodies fueled through long mornings of hard labor. Buy them as old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats for the most wholesome version, and add fruit, nuts, or a drizzle of honey for flavor. Skip the sugary instant packets, which strip away much of what makes oats special in the first place. This is not just breakfast. It is a heart-friendly tradition sitting quietly in nearly every kitchen cupboard, waiting to be appreciated again. Food number 10, blueberries. The little blue fruit, packed with cell-protecting power. Today, they are one of the most celebrated fruits in nutrition research, and for good reason. Blueberries are extraordinarily rich in antioxidants, the compounds that help defend your cells against everyday wear and tear. Their deep blue color comes from pigments called anthocyanins, which are being studied for their role in supporting brain health, heart health, and healthy aging. This is exactly the kind of benefit sold as expensive antioxidant supplements. Yet here it is, growing on a bush and tasting like candy. You can grow blueberries at home if your soil is on the acidic side, and they freeze beautifully, so a summer harvest can last all winter. Food number 11. Almonds, the ancient tree. Nut that strengthens from the inside out. There is a quiet strength in this little nut that people overlook. Almonds are among the very best food sources of vitamin E, that protective antioxidant we talked about earlier, and they also deliver a solid dose of magnesium, calcium, and healthy fats. A handful a day gives you plant protein and fiber. Research suggests that nuts like almonds, eaten as part of a balanced diet, may support heart health. Keep them in the fridge or freezer to protect their healthy fats, and reach for them instead of processed snacks. This is not just a nut. It is a small handful of old-world strength you can carry anywhere. Food number 12. Sweet potatoes. The orange root overflowing with the vision vitamin. The sweet potato has fed people across the Americas, Africa, and Asia for centuries, prized for how well it grows and stores. But here is what makes it special. That deep orange color is a sign of beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, a nutrient essential for healthy vision, immune function, and skin. A single sweet potato can provide well over a full day's supply of vitamin A in its natural form. People buy vitamin A supplements when one baked root does the job deliciously. Sweet potatoes also bring fiber, vitamin C, potassium, and slow-burning energy. Our ancestors valued them because they were reliable, filling, and nourishing all at once. A little healthy fat, like a pat of butter or a drizzle of olive oil, actually helps your body absorb that vitamin A more fully since it is fat-soluble. Roast them, mash them, or bake them whole in their skins until soft and sweet. They keep for weeks in a cool, dark spot, which is exactly why they became a cornerstone of survival for so many families through hard winters. Food number 13. Garlic, the pungent bulb. Our ancestors trusted for centuries. Few foods have a history as rich as garlic. Here is why that matters. Garlic contains sulfur compounds, released when you crush or chop it, that many herbal traditions have long valued for supporting the immune system and heart health. Modern research is studying these same compounds with real interest. That is the kind of promise you see printed on supplement bottles. Yet it grows in a bulb you can plant in the fall and harvest the next summer. A helpful tip our ancestors knew: let chopped garlic sit for a few minutes before cooking to allow those beneficial compounds to fully form. Garlic is also one of the most rewarding things a beginner can grow. You simply break a bulb into cloves, plant them pointed end up in the fall, and dig up whole new bulbs the following summer with almost no effort. For generations, families kept braids of garlic hanging in the kitchen, both for cooking and for its trusted place in home remedies. Food number 14. Walnuts, the brain-shaped nut brimming with healthy fats. It is almost poetic that the walnut looks a little like the brain, because it happens to be one of the best plant foods for supporting it. Here is where things get interesting. Walnuts are the standout tree nut when it comes to plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, those healthy fats that support brain and heart health. They are also loaded with antioxidants and provide plant protein, fiber, and minerals. Research suggests that eating a small handful of walnuts regularly as part of a healthy diet may support heart and cognitive health. That is a lot to ask of a snack, and this one delivers. Keep them cool and fresh, and add them to oatmeal, salads, or simply eat them on their own. Food number 15. Flaxseed, the golden little seed that has served humanity for ages. Flax is one of the oldest crops in human history, grown for both its fiber and its seeds for thousands of years. Flax seeds are extraordinarily rich in a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, and they are one of the very best sources of compounds called lignans, which are being studied for their supportive role in the body. They are also loaded with soluble fiber, which supports healthy digestion. Here is a crucial tip, though. Whole flax seeds often pass right through the body undigested. So, to unlock their goodness, you need to grind them first. This is not just a seed. It is ancient nourishment that only gives up its secrets once you grind it open. Food number 16. Broccoli, the green tree of a vegetable rich in protective compounds. Broccoli often gets treated like the vegetable kids are forced to eat, but grown-ups who understand nutrition treat it like treasure. Here is why that matters. Broccoli is rich in vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate, and it contains a special group of plant compounds, including one called sulforaphane, that researchers are actively studying for their protective effects in the body. That is exactly the kind of benefit sold in green supplement capsules, yet here it is, in a fresh green floret. Broccoli is also easy to grow in cooler weather, and like kale, it only gets better with a touch of frost. Food number 17. Sauerkraut, the fermented food. Here is what makes it special. Fermenting cabbage not only preserves its vitamin C, it can actually increase it, while also filling the food with beneficial bacteria that support gut health. That is the same idea behind expensive probiotic pills sold today, wrapped up in a tangy food you can make at home with nothing but cabbage and salt. Choose the refrigerated, unpasteurized kind, or ferment your own to get the living cultures. A gentle note: it is naturally high in salt, so enjoy it in reasonable amounts. Food number 18. Nutritional yeast. The cheesy golden flakes packed with hard-to-get vitamins, nutritional yeast is a deactivated yeast sold as soft yellow flakes with a savory, cheesy flavor that plant-based cooks adore. But here is the real magic. Fortified nutritional yeast is one of the few plant-based foods that can provide vitamin B12, a vitamin found almost entirely in animal foods, and one that people on plant-based diets often need to seek out carefully. Just a spoonful of the fortified kind provides a generous share of your daily vitamin B12, along with other B vitamins that support energy and a healthy nervous system. This is exactly why so many people reach for B-complex supplements. Yet here it is, in a jar of tasty flakes. Just be sure to look for the word fortified on the label, since the plain kind does not carry the same added vitamins. Sprinkle it on popcorn, pasta, or roasted vegetables. Food number 19. Oranges, the bright citrus fruit that made vitamin C famous. One orange can provide more than a full day's supply of vitamin C, the very nutrient that prevented the sailors we talked about from getting sick. Vitamin C supports your immune system, helps your body build collagen for healthy skin and joints, and works as an antioxidant. People spend real money on vitamin C tablets and fizzy powders when one piece of fruit does it beautifully, complete with fiber and natural plant compounds the pills leave out. Eat the whole fruit rather than just the juice to get that valuable fiber. This is not just a snack. It is proof that some of the best nutrition on earth still comes wrapped in its own bright peel. Food number 20. Moringa, the ancient tree leaf, often called nature's multivitamin, a plant so rich in nutrition that people across the world have called it a miracle tree for generations. Moringa is a fast-growing tree native to parts of Asia and Africa, and its leaves have been eaten and used in traditional medicine for centuries. Here is what makes it remarkable. Those small green leaves, usually dried and ground into a powder, contain an unusually broad range of nutrients all at once, including vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, iron, potassium, and plant protein. That is why so many people describe it as nature's own multivitamin. Research is still studying moringa, a gentle safety note. As with any potent plant, those who are pregnant or taking medication should check with a doctor before using concentrated moringa. For most of us, though, a good quality dried powder is the easiest way to enjoy it. Stir a small spoon into a smoothie, a soup, or a pot of stew, where its earthy flavor blends right in. This is not just a leaf. It is a living reminder that the richest nutrition on earth has been growing on trees all along, waiting patiently for us to remember it. So there you have it. 20 plant foods that can help you lean far less on those expensive little bottles. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, you now know something most people completely miss. The truth is that real, whole, plant-based foods have been quietly doing the work of supplements for as long as humans have been eating, long before the first capsule was ever sold. These foods are not just old stories. They are useful, powerful, affordable, and worth rediscovering. And of course, none of this is meant to replace the guidance of your own doctor. It is simply a return to the wisdom our ancestors lived by. That real food comes first. So here is what I want you to do. Smash that like button if this video changed the way you think about food and supplements. Drop a comment below and tell me which food surprised you the most. Are you Team Brazil Nut, Team Sauerkraut, or Team Moringa? I read every single comment, and I truly love hearing from you. And if you have not subscribed to Plant Nutrition Lab yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. We are building a community of people who understand that some of the best answers to modern problems are still growing in the garden, ripening on the vine, sprouting in the pantry, and waiting quietly in the old wisdom our ancestors never forgot. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.